Hey, aloha nerdy geeks. My name is Garrick. This is Keith. Welcome to First Impressions Tabletop Review, where we get to tell our first impressions of magnificent games. In particular, we're talking about Dead Men Tell No Tales, a pirate-themed game. Very appropriate for the new movie coming out, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
The dead have taken command of the sea. They're searching for a girl, a pearl, and a sparrow.
Dead men tell no tales.
Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, this game, it's a fully co-op game. You each play as a pirate, and you take turns using a number of actions to move around the board, trying to pick up treasure and ultimately get it off the ship. But there's a lot of things that can get in your way. So you have these dice, and depending on what the number of the die is how much fire is in the room.
That represents...
Because you're in a ship that's on fire.
Yeah, that represents the intensity of the fire, right?
Right. And in addition, you've got these little skull things here. These are the... what are they called again?
Deckhands.
Deckhands.
I believe they're deckhands.
The deckhands. The deckhands will fill up the room up to 3, and once there's 3 in there, you can no longer enter the room.
Right.
So you have to manage the deckhands.
I see.
And then in addition to all of that, there's the skeleton crew, the undead denizens of the ship that roam it and will attack anyone they can. You have to fight them, and you have to make sure that you're going to fight someone you can actually defeat. They have different numbers of strength. And so you have to increase your strength by getting items and things. And then once you defeat them, they then drop an item that you can pick up.
Oh my! Well, that's a lot to think about, and it's one of the proper kind of co-ops. Because
Well, that's not even the entirety of the thing, because
Really?
each one of these tiles is another room that's in the ship, and so the ship is ever expanding as you play. And in addition, there's these little barrels. These are the exploding barrels, and once the fire in the room reaches the number on the barrel, it explodes and spreads fire to other rooms. So it's a pretty intense game.
Right. It's really intense. I mean, with all the components in the game, with all the dice, with all the deckhands, with all the meeples, all the tokens, it looks really cluttered and really intense.
Yeah.
Which to me captures the spirit of that game, right?
Oh yeah.
There's also
absolutely.
these things too. These are revenge cards.
Yeah.
So I believe at the end of our turn we got to flip one because
Yes.
something might happen. So something like this basically intensifies the fire.
Yes.
If there's a 3, right?
Yes.
We make it more higher. Oh well, this is a red and yellow fires that are going on. It also adds another skeleton crew.
Yes.
Which we grabbed from this little baggie, right? Mm-hmm. So we randomly pick another character that jumps into play. Like,
Yeah, just reach in there, grab one.
like this one.
Yep.
The 7, we have to fight him now, and we put him in the next tile that we flipped over, right?
Right.
My gosh, that's amazing. That's amazing. And then we also got, we got this fatigue board.
Oh yeah, fatigue. We can't forget fatigue. The board itself has room for more items to fill up and increase your strength. And in addition, like you said, we have the fatigue wheel. And as you go up in fatigue, it becomes impossible to enter rooms with certain levels of fire. And in fatigue, you could look at it sort of as your hit points. And it's also your stamina.
Right.
So the more stuff you do, the more you push your limits, the more fatigue you take.
That's just a great component, just in general. And then we have special characters that do special things, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. Like I'm playing Jade. She's the green gal right here. She can eliminate 2 deckhands with a single action rather than having to use an action for each deckhand.
Right, and I have Black Gus Garrick. And his ability is that if he's in a room with a skeleton crew, he can make the skeleton crew, the dead men, run away from him. Because he's that much of a badass that he is. Tell me, what's your first impression of this game?
My very first impression was, it seems a lot like Pandemic and that whole community of games. And so I was hoping for something more that would kind of diverge and make it unique.
Right.
And I wasn't disappointed. This game has so much stuff going on and so many different factors to think of that it's completely worthy of its own thing. I mean, like the tension mounts as you play, just
Right.
like in every good co-op.
Right.
But from the start, there are so many variables that you have to be like, okay, I'm going to go run around and do the deckhands. You start getting strength. You start doing this, and it's really
Right.
Yeah, it really gets crazy.
Right. My first impression of this game was just the title in itself and the cover art. Dead Men Tell No Tales. First thing I think about, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Now this is before the new movie came out, but I'm always thinking that this is an incredible tie-in to that genre, which I love, and I do love the franchise, which is Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean. I can't stop talking about it, and I love each movie that comes out, and we are in the final episode, the final chapter of it, so I'm actually really excited to go and see it. Totally going to see it. But I also love the fact that it gets more intense and more intense and more intense, and you're really racing against so many factors, and that is the beauty of co-ops, is that you have to work together to earn or to achieve a goal together.
Absolutely.
So just magnificent, all in all, magnificent. And I'm lucky that I found it on Kickstarter. So totally. So yeah, thanks for introducing me to this game, and thank you guys for watching our little video, because that is our first impression review. Alright, thank you for watching my video, and thank you to the Armchair Adventurer for hosting me in their board game cove. If you like this video, please leave a comment below, or you can watch more videos right beside from me. And better yet, you can probably subscribe to my channel. Either way, be savvy.